Field Service Management, or FSM, is a system for the organization and optimization of operations that are performed outside the office by field personnel that have a mission to complete for customers. Field employees usually are technicians, engineers, or other experts. Our team offers deep expertise to our customers as Praxedo is specialized software focused on FSM that has been delivering constant innovation since 2005. Common examples of field service includes installation, repair and maintenance, technical customer support, regular inspections, and so on. Service orders mostly occur multiple times per day and are assigned and scheduled by a coordinator, a supervisor, or a dispatcher. Typical industries that have field service are telecommunications, utilities, oil and gas, manufacturing, construction, property management, etc. We're currently looking at the homepage of Praxedo, which is the schedule of your team at a glance. Between the configurable dashboards and the interactive schedule, this page provides real-time updates based on what your team is doing in the field, with the ability to make scheduling changes right here in the calendar. While Praxedo will be the source of truth when it comes to field service management, we will first start in Microsoft Business Central. This is where one would create a service order, which will ultimately correspond to a service order in Praxedo. You'll start by assigning it a number, then adding in a description. Then choose the customer. You'll specify that this work order is to be dispatched to the field team by toggling on the Praxedo button. By adding lines with the customer service items, it will create a corresponding work order per service item in Praxedo, specifically maintenance based on the work order type I've chosen here. Each one of these work orders will be linked together by the service order in Praxedo. Finally, I'll add in the service order type and send this information to Praxedo. This is what it looks like in Praxedo. We have two types of service orders, projects and routes. Projects are beneficial for scheduling separate tasks potentially needing to be performed at different times. A route service order is best used in cases where one needs to perform work on several service items or assets in Praxedo and maintain the granularity of history per asset. Think of performing monthly maintenance on a laundry facility where you need to do a checklist per machine. With both types, you can view each linked work order individually. Notice how it pulls in the synchronized customer, location, and service item information. Now, we're ready to schedule. For emergencies or something that needs to be dispatched the same day, the map feature allows you to schedule based on work order location. Geocoordinates are sent to the dispatcher when a tech is active in the field, so you can see who's in the area, what their travel time to the job is, and what their availability looks like. With a variety of filters and features within the map, you can easily identify the technician who's qualified, closest, and available. Another option is the Advanced Scheduler. This allows you to place more specific parameters on scheduling, all while coordinating with the customer's availability. It will return slots with available technicians and rate the efficiency of the scheduling. So with 5 stars, you know the technician is qualified and already going to be nearby at that time. This information could also be communicated via our Get Slot API to allow customers to book their own appointments if you'd like to build a front end for your web page. With route service orders, since you will want to schedule all the work orders together using the calendar view and skill sets, you can easily identify a qualified and available technician and assign them the route to complete. It's likely that you're going to have more than just one work order to schedule at a time. And instead of individually deciding how to schedule each job, you can use the Smart Scheduler. All of these work orders are different job types at different locations, and based on the information that has already been inputted into these work orders, the Smart Scheduler will create the most optimal route for your team. All you need to do is choose the text you'd like to include, or choose a preset group. Then, choose the dates in which you'd like to schedule, and finally, the parameters it will follow. These can also be preset with a strategy, so you don't have to decide every time. Each one of these allows for a more precise scheduling according to your needs. For example, the rules can include respecting zip code zoning for each technician, respecting service hour windows, keeping existing appointments, and more. After this, the Smart Scheduler will provide you with the most optimal route. It takes the guessing out of scheduling, and your dispatching team can rest assured knowing that the heavy lifting is handled. It accounts for all the crucial information needed, including skill sets, working hours, travel time, work order durations, and more. You can confirm this scheduling right away, or you can pre-schedule it, which will put it into a tentative status, keeping it internal, allowing you the flexibility to make changes based on personal discretion. Nothing will get communicated to the customer or technician until you have validated the schedule. So what does this look like from a tech's point of view? In the mobile app, they'll see work orders that have been assigned to them by synchronizing their phone. This allows them to work completely offline, so their experience won't change regardless of connectivity. The app is really designed to be a toolbox of the technician. For example, by sliding the work order to the left, a tech can easily call the site contact if needed, or they can open up the preferred navigation app for directions. In the work order details, the information is broken down into collapsible sections. The tech can reference customer, site, or asset-specific details, work order scheduling information, and any notes or attachments that were added by the office team. Activities or trackable timestamps can be configured to track more granularly the status of a technician. The tech's status will update in the web homepage so the dispatcher will know what phase they're in, and it could also trigger an automatic notification to the customer. For example, your tech is on the way when the tech declares a traveling activity. When the tech arrives on site, they can update their activity, which will trigger the start of the work order. At this point, they can begin the work order report, which has been configured specifically for this job type. The building of these reports requires no coding, and they can easily be updated in the future if new information needs to be captured. The use of conditional logic can guide a technician through the job based on their findings. The variety of different field types allows for a seamless experience when capturing data. Field types can include free-form text, GPS coordinates, barcode scanners to pull in serial numbers or model numbers, drop-down lists for more structured options, and more. Pictures can also be taken directly in the app or uploaded from the device gallery. These pictures can be geocoded and timestamped, so you're going to know when and where they were taken. And because Praxedo is cloud-based, there's an unlimited storage when it comes to photos. An item list from Business Central can be synchronized with Praxedo, so technicians can declare any parts consumed while on site, with the ability to search by name, SKU, or other pieces of information. The consumed items will update back to BC once the work order is closed in Praxedo. Finally, custom fields can be added so they can be tracked on the web. For example, if a job requires a return visit or not. If not, the customer can do a final signature indicating their approval. Note that this field is marked as mandatory, so the tech cannot bypass this step before completing the work order. Once the full work order report has been populated and validated, the tech can then complete the work order itself by clicking the blue check mark in the top right-hand corner. This will send all the information back to the web for review and gray out the work order on the mobile app. On the web, as the work orders are completed, one will be able to review the collected data by the field team. This includes all their activities and their durations, as well as the full report, including checklists, notes, pictures, signatures, GPS coordinates, and more. One will even be able to review the list of consumed items for the work order. All of this is editable by a supervisor or a user that has the correct permissions to do so. Once edited, they can validate the individual work orders. Or, as all the linked work orders are completed, one can complete and validate the project service order, which will update Business Central accordingly. Here, you'll be able to see the status of the service order, as well as the unique URL to the PDF summarizing all the work completed on the linked work orders. Each service line can be further expanded to review the consumables per service item, which can update the inventory level per location based on where it was consumed from. With this comprehensive connector, one can use the data in BC and the tools of Praxedo to more efficiently run their organization.